The Oxford Dictionary defines integration as an action to bring together different countries, blocks, units and so on for political or economic integration. The best example of the process is the European Union. The integrated countries or states retain their individual characteristics but become part of a whole. On the other hand, the assimilation is the absorption and integration of people, ideas, or culture into a wider society or culture. The best example is the absorption of various races, nationalities into what we now call the American nation, which basically is an artificial creation. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has declared that Kashmir will be fully integrated into India after amending the constitution. He seems to have confused the words integration and assimilation. In fact, he appears to be saying that Kashmiris would be fully assimilated into the Hindu nation of the Indian mainland, which he intends to turn into Golwalkar's dream of a Hindu Rashtra. Incidentally, he does not mention Kashmiris who have inhabited the territory for thousands of years, but talks about Kashmir, the land. He probably considers Kashmir only as a territorial unit of Hindu origin. Unfortunately, right from the start, both India and Pakistan have been laying claim to the territory of Kashmir, and none is really interested or bothered about its inhabitants, the Kashmiris. In ancient times, Kashmir was known as a separate independent kingdom at the same time when India was known to be a country inhabited by Hindus. No doubt at the time the religion professed by Kashmiris was Shaivism, a school of philosophy of Hinduism practiced only in Kashmir and most of South India. However, even at that time, Kashmir was not associated with the Indian mainland in any way but remained as an independent sovereign kingdom. No doubt, that was a glorious Hindu past of Kashmir, but that past has gone by, and we are now living in a totally new and a different present. Kashmir is now a Muslim-majority state with the most tolerant and accommodative religious practices. History always moves forward, and pinning about the past glory is not going to serve any purpose or change the ground situation. That can be done by physically changing the demography with outside settlers and displacing the original inhabitants. That seems easier to say than to do practically on ground. This is especially so because of the rest of youth fighting bullets with stones. They have been alienated beyond redemption. Even BJP leader Yashwant Sinha says that India has lost Kashmir emotionally. Regarding integration, well, Kashmir is already integrated with India. This had happened right after the signing of the accession document and the Delhi Agreement in 40s and 50s of the last century. Had the Indian authorities honored these documents and implemented the same in letter and spirit, there would have been no problem. In fact, Kashmir would have been another Bhutan. Had India honored its commitment of full autonomy, the other side would have been in trouble. Their one central minister of Kashmir affairs in Islamabad controls everything in supposedly Azad Kashmir. The other part, earlier known as Northern Areas and now called Gilgit-Baltistan, is now totally merged into Pakistan for all practical purposes. The setting up of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, which passes through Gilgit-Baltistan forming part of the disputed state of Jammu and Kashmir, has made this part unnegotiable both for Pakistan and China. They cannot afford to change its status at any cost for their own survival. Thus, if Mohan Bhagwat really wants to integrate honestly and genuinely Kashmir, and the Kashmiris living there into the Indian Republic, he has to restore the integrity of the agreements which India had signed with Kashmiris, rather than amend the constitution to assimilate the state and its people into his utopian Hindu Rashtra. Kashmir can become part of Hindu Rashtra only if all Kashmiris are either converted back into Shaivite Hinduism or they are forcibly displaced from there by new Hindu settlers. This, as already stated, is an impossible task. On the contrary, Mohan Bhagwat should advise Prime Minister Modi to start a dialogue in Kashmir if he really wants emotional integration of Kashmiris. Incidentally, in view of the above realities, one needs to go deeper into this tirade of Hindu Rashtra and full integration of Kashmir into it generated by BJP and RSS. There is only one plausible explanation. All the BJP and RSS statements and declarations are intended to create a wave of religious euphoria for the next parliament election, which may even be preponed from 2019 to 2018. The declaration of the Election Commission, that they are fully geared for holding both the state assembly elections and parliament elections simultaneously in 2018 itself, seems an uneasy indication of the real cause for such emotionally charged religious waves. However, such drastic declarations, instead of fully integrating Kashmir into India, may, on the contrary, disintegrate India itself. More in this category. Recognizing the contribution. This humble writer also spoke on the occasion and highlighted the role of teachers and requested the society to give recognition to the teaching community. Reaching a non-Kashmiri reader. The center of all scattered brains. Complicating the problems. The road rage. 0000. By Taboola sponsored links you may like.